Shit, I don't know what I'm doing. No, serious, I don't know what I'm doing. Most of the time, I don't know what I'm doing. Hey guys, welcome back to episode number 3 where we talk about flavouring. Now in this episode, I will share with you how I do a prawn bisque that has tons and tons of flavours. You will see here there's a lot of ingredients that brings a pack of punch, but the whole point of this is to layer the flavours in the bisque so when you taste it, it's not just flat but has layers and layers and bags of flavour. Now, first things first is for you to heat up the pan, heat up some oil. You do this at low heat. Oh, it's new. Just a little bit of oil. Once it's slightly hot, you can just drop in the prawn shells and prawn heads. Okay, this is when we will fry the prawn shells. This adds flavor to it as well. The thing about seafood, when you're cooking seafood, right, it takes very short to cook them, and you can tell them when it's cooked just by the color. Once it's almost red or around there, you can actually bring it out. And this will not only cook and adds flavor to the oil that is inside, it adds a certain richness to the dish as well. Okay, once it's done, what we are doing now is to remove the shells and save it for later. You want to keep the oil in because there's tons of flavor in the oil still. Now we want to do is the base stock. A base stock is required if you want to do certain types of sauces or soups or broth. So there's celery, carrots in, onions roughly chopped up. So we want to cook this until it's semi-transparent under medium heat. So once it's slightly transparent and very, very aromatic, right, we can go ahead and put in our tomato puree. That will add a bit of sourness, it will thicken the soup as well. Okay, so once it's slightly cooked, just about there, you want to add in your water. And then you can put in your chicken stock. Give it a little stir, let it dissolve. Add in your prawn heads and shells, the flavor balls. So low heat, couple of minutes, let it simmer. After which we can go ahead and put in our prawns. Might as well call it prawn shell bisque. Proteins cook very fast. See, the moment I put in, it starts to turn red, which means it is slightly cooked. Now for the secret ingredient, I'm using bay leaves. Bay leaves add a distinct flavor, is that it doesn't hit you in the face all at once, but it develops layer by layer by layer, and that's what I call flavor layering, right? Suggest that when you start cooking, add something in a small amount first. If it works, add slightly more. If you over add, then there's no way back lah. And what we want to do is to use a blender, but if you want to use a normal blender, make sure the liquid is a bit cooler, otherwise it will flow everywhere, and then the only thing that's going to enjoy will be the hospital lah. So what we are doing now is to sieving out the bigger particles. We just want the liquid form. We want to eat it silky smooth without the added crunch, right? And also because they're shells, so it's not very nice to eat lah. So once we have that, we are pouring back into the pot to reduce it. So you want to do this under low heat for a good 15-20 minutes until it's reduced. Now another secret ingredient that I like to talk about is lemons, right? Lemons has a lot of magical powers. It doesn't only give you sourness, but it brings out certain freshness of some other ingredients. But don't go too much because it is acidic, but it adds a wonderful, wonderful flavor into the dish that you're doing. Joining MasterChef, you have to cook within a certain time frame, right? But this is what I've learned from the experience from MasterChef. Sometimes good things takes time. I used to be an impatient cook. I want things fast, I want things quick. I don't care about, cooking it long and slow. But the experience from MasterChef has helped me realize that there's a lot of things that, good things comes to those who wait lah. Yeah, but this thing must hurry up lah, So after about 15 minutes, it has been reduced to about half, and you can see that it's slightly thicker now. Okay, so you can go ahead and take your plate. So just spoon the cream around. And for garnish, just parsley, adds a bit of freshness as well. So this is prawn bisque, full of flavor. It's a flavor bomb, nothing wasted. Alright, so that's the end of episode number 3, flavorings. I hope you guys learned quite a bit on that. Join me in the next episode number 4 where we talk about cooking for a family. Okay, so my name is Ilya and this has been, in a nutshell, how to start cooking.